Good morning, class, or good evening, depending on what time when you're looking at this. This is what is called a flipped classroom. As you know, we waste a lot of time in class. So to maximize our class potential, we're going to be doing grammar. You're going to be doing grammar in your own time. So we're going to do it just like we always do in school, only now it's going to be done at home. So here's your sentence. The four men worked hard to finish the job. Their boss gave them a large bonus. Now I'd want you to, actually pause this, and now I want you to write it down, and I want you to label everything, all your parts of speech. Okay, so go ahead and hit pause. When you're finished, come back. Okay, I will assume that you're back now, and now we're going to go down, and we're going to identify all the parts of speech. All right, so here's our sentence. The four men worked hard to finish the job. Their boss gave them a large bonus. The, as you know, is an article. For is an adjective. Men is our noun. Action, verb, past tense is what worked is. The four men worked. Action, verb, past tense. Okay. Hard is an adverb telling how hard they worked. To finish is our infinitive. Our article, the is our article. Job is a noun. There is a third possessive pronoun. Boss is our noun. Gave is action, verb, past tense. Them is third object pronoun. A is an article. Large is an adjective, and D is, and bonus is our noun. Okay, I hope that you got all that right. If you didn't, you can certainly do it again and try and get it. Okay, so now we have, let's go back up. Now we have our sentence parts, okay? So you're going to find your subject, your verb, label it whether it's transitive or intransitive, find any prepositional phrase, any infinitive phrase. You're going to label every noun. If you have direct object, indirect object, etc. So go ahead and pause this, and when you finished, come back to it. Okay, and again, I will think that you have finished this, and now you come back to it. Okay, in order to find our subject, we first need to find our verbs. Okay, so our verb was worked. We draw a line in front of that. The four men is our complete subject. Men is our simple subject. Who worked? Men worked. Okay, worked is our verb. Now, is it transitive or is it intransitive? Well, in order to do that, we go to the next noun. Is that a noun? No, that was an adverb. Okay, we go to the next. To finish. Well, that's an infinitive. So that tells us right off the bat that this is not going to be a direct object. That's going to be the object of the infinitive. Okay? After that, we have an entirely new clause because it says the four men worked hard to finish the job. Well, since that sentence is finished, we're going to label that as intransitive. There is no direct object. Now our next clause, their boss gave them a large bonus. In order to find the subject, we have to find the verb. The verb is gave. Okay, that means our complete subject is their boss. What's the simple subject? Boss. Who gave? Boss gave. Well, transitive or intransitive? Well, we go to our next nouns. This is a noun. It's actually not a noun. It's a pronoun. So is that our direct object? It is not. It'd be like it gave Joe or gave Jane a large bonus. The direct object is bonus. Okay, who did you give it to? That is your indirect object. Gave it to them. Okay, since we have a direct object, then that verb is, if I can just get this right, that verb is transitive. Okay, that should be fairly clear. Let's go to our next one. Let me pan down on this. Clauses, sentence type, sentence purpose. The four men worked hard to finish the job. Their boss gave them a large bonus. Well, in the previous sentence, we kind of went over clauses a little bit. It should be fairly easy. Okay, go ahead and turn off your camera, pause this, and when you've got it, come back. Okay, I will assume now that you have done this, and now you're ready to see the answers, because you have labeled this into two independent clauses. The first independent clause, the four men worked hard to finish the job. The second independent clause, their boss gave them a large bonus. Okay, we have two independent clauses. Well, you know that if you have one independent clause, you have a simple subject. If you have two independent clauses, you have a compound. If you have one independent and a dependent, you have a complex. If you have two independents and a dependent, you have a compound complex. Well, this is two independent. This is a compound sentence, and it's simply declarative, right? It's not asking any question, so it's not interrogative. It's not giving a command, so it's not imperative. There's no strong feeling or emotion, so it's not exclamatory, simply declarative. Now let's move on. Capitalization, punctuation. Should be very easy for you guys. You probably don't even need to pause this, but go ahead and do so. Anyway, I will assume now that you have done it and that you're back. Let's move down. There's only 3 things you're going to do on this. You're going to capitalize the. You're going to add a semicolon after the first independent clause, and you'll simply put a period at the end of the second clause. Okay? And now we go to our sentence diagram. This should be maybe a little harder for some of you guys, although you're getting really good at it. Okay, you know that we're going to draw 2 T's or crosses, one for each clause. On the top left, you're going to put your subject. On the top right of the cross, you're going to put your verb. Go ahead and pause at this time, and let's make sure that we do this correctly. When you're done, come back. Okay, well, I will assume that you have done this. Let's move down and get this clause. Okay? I went down too far. Okay. The 4 men worked hard to finish the job. That's the first one. So we have this. This is what our subject's going to be. That says A, if you can read it. Okay? Well, what is our subject? It's men. Okay? Men worked. B is there. These are our modifiers, C and D. What men? The 4 men. So, the 4 men worked. How did they work? Your adverb is going to be coming right down from your verb. They worked hard. Now we have in our infinitive. To finish the job. That's our first clause. Now we go down to the next clause. Top left of the T. Remember, we draw our T. Okay? Top left. That's going to be our subject. The complete subject is their boss, but the simple subject goes here. Boss gave. Okay, we have gave. So boss gave, but we need the complete subject in front of this line. Their boss gave. Now, N is misleading. I got to go down on this a little bit. Okay, N is misleading because this is that parentheses with the X, which means nothing goes here. Because your indirect object is going to go here, so nothing goes there. So N is just simply that parentheses with an X inside it. And now here you have your indirect object, and that is them. Okay, so their boss gave them bonus. There we have bonus, and now we have our modifiers. A large bonus. Their boss gave them a large bonus. Okay, I hope you guys did a good job on this. Let's see how this works. And if you actually do the work and you're diligent with it, I think you're going to find that this is very successful for you. If you don't do the work, and well, 1, your grade's going to show, and 2, this won't do you a bit of good. But if you work, I think you're going to find this flipped classroom saves us time in class and helps you on your way to college.